The king goes to the cave with their soldiers to hunt the dragon, but dragon was not there at that time. While searching the cave, they found dragon nest, where eggs were hatching. Soldiers kill these 3 children on the order of the king. At the same time, the dragon also comes upon him. Seeing his children dead, dragon gets angry and throws fire and kills all the soldiers. The dragon was going to kill the king too, but he does not want to give him easy death and decides to give her a painful punishment. The dragon makes an agreement with the king that each of his descendants must offer 3 girls from his family to eat, and if he does not do so, he will attack his palace and burn all the people to ashes. Since then, all generations of this family offer 3 girls to eat the dragon, but that girl does not belong to their family. The queen sends proposals to poor royal girls from distant kingdoms for her son's relationships. And after performing the marriage ceremony, they throw it in the cave. Elodie is also one of the girls who is thrown in front of the dragon in the cave today. But she is not weak like other girls. She traps the dragon in a net and runs away from there. The dragon gets angry and comes out of the cave and is about to burn everything. Will the queen be able to stop the dragon from doing this or not? To know, let's go to the detailed explanation of the film. At the beginning of the film, Flora and Elodie are seen chopping wood. Both are daughters of the local King Bayford, trying to save their people from hunger and famine in the harsh winter. Suddenly, their eyes fell on the royal carriage, which was entering their territory. Both rushed towards home, where there was a marriage proposal for Elodie from the royal family, which she accepts at her father's insistence on the condition that she will take good care of their people. They all reach Aria through the sea route, where there are very magnificent statues of dragons, looking at which it seems that these people worship dragons. The royal palace of Aria was very beautiful and big. Elodie is given a luxurious room with a spectacular view of the outdoors. He notices a nearby balcony where another girl his age is sitting. Before they can talk, the maid takes him inside. After some time, the light in the girl's room turns off completely, while Elodie sees many lights in the distant mountains. Like something special is happening there. The next morning, Bayford and the royal family meet. Queen Isabella takes Bayford with her for the marriage deal, while Elodie and Henry stroll in the garden to chat. Bayford looks very upset as the queen leaves the room, who doesn't say anything even when asked by Lady Bedford. Lady Bedford wants to talk to Queen Isabel in the garden, who ignores her by telling you are no match of us. As she was a daughter of rope makers, Lady Bedford knew that there must be something wrong with the marriage, and she goes to Elodie's room to explain. Lady Bedford is the stepmother of Flora and Elodie. That's why the 2 sisters think that she is doing this out of hatred, so this marriage should not take place here. Meanwhile, Bedford comes and tells them all to go to sleep. Next morning, Elodie is prepared for the wedding. Prince Henry puts the ring on her, while the queen crowns her a princess, and then they say goodbye to their family and walk to the mountain to perform the rites. Here, many people from Henry's family were waiting for him wearing strange golden masks. Elodie finds all this very strange, and she was also very scared. Queen Isabel wore the red nun's dress, and she starts telling the story of the dragon. It is said that when our forefathers settled on this land, dragons were in possession here. Elodie looks down from the bridge while listening to the story. The depth of the ditch was very deep and dark on all sides. We made a deal with the dragon that we would sacrifice 3 members of our family every year. And so the queen makes a cut with a knife on their hands and mixes them. Elodie thinks the ritual will end. Prince Henry takes him in his arms, and everyone looks at him in great surprise. He throws Elodie into the ditch saying sorry for the last time. While falling down, she survives by hitting the bushes. As soon as she regains consciousness, she starts screaming for help. Hearing Elodie's voice, the dragon wakes up. Suddenly he sees many burnt birds flying, and along with them comes the dragon. He keeps talking and says that 3 girls from each generation of the royal family will have to be sacrificed. He tells Elodie to run and chases after her, throwing fire at her. Elodie somehow manages to enter a small passage, but in the meantime, his arm and legs are burnt by the fire of the dragon. He finds the dead body of the girl that she's seen yesterday, by which he understands the whole story. She slowly passes through the narrow passage and reaches the blue lighted place on the other side. But there was no way forward from here. That's why she reaches the other side by making a big jump. On reaching the blue lights, he discovers that they are tiny luminous insects. She wraps them in her clothes and starts walking forward with the help of light. After walking for a while, he sees pointed ice cubes, from which she tries to quench her thirst with the falling drops. Meanwhile, the dragon comes there breaking the cube and throws fire at it once again. Elodie quickly manages to enter another tunnel, where he finds writing on the wall that this place is safe. Dragons cannot enter here. Many more girls' names were written here, which was a victim of this dragon. Elodie falls asleep there. She sees the spirits of all the girls in her dreams, who were thrown here to die after cheating on their marriage. As soon as she regains consciousness, glowworms are clinging to her leg. Elodie quickly removes them, to her surprise that the worms were healing her leg. She heals all body wounds with their help. She sees a map drawn on wall, which seemed like a girl has managed to get out of here. V for Vendetta. Elodie follow this way. Crossing the glass cavity, it climbs up. But no vein, it was made like a mountain window. It was written on this wall, "This is not a safe way either, V." At the same time, the dragon reaches here from outside and is about to throw fire on Elodie when voices start calling Elodie from inside the mountain. The dragon hears Elodie's name and immediately goes inside the mountain. Elodie's father came here with 3 people to save him. Elodie is coming to them. Then she sees a dragon's nest on the way, where his 3 children were dead. And with that, he understands the whole story of the dragon, how the king killed his 3 children. And since then, 3 children of the king's generation are sacrificed to the dragon. But with the dragon, it was all cheating. On the other hand, the dragon finds these people and after throwing one of them high in the air, moves towards Bayford and tells him to call his daughter. But instead he tells his daughter to stay hidden. While the dragon kills Bayford, he hears the sound of something in the distance and runs towards it. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Elodie climbs out of the mountain with the help of these soldiers' rope, and runs away from there with the help of these horses. The dragon gets very angry and starts throwing fire all over the sky. Queen Isabel realizes that the girl ran away, because of which the dragon got angry. Elodie gets down from the horse and hides behind a stone, and then when the dragon can't get anyone to ride the horse, it burns it. Queen Isabel throws Elodie's young daughter into the dragon's cave to calm the dragon's anger. And when Elodie finds out about it, she rushes toward the cave to rescue her sister, where she lays a trap for the dragon this time. Dragon also knew that Elodie would come to rescue her sister. That's why she doesn't kill him, but ties him to her nest. The dragon hears the sound of the armor suit falling and runs towards it. Meanwhile, Elodie had rescued her sister. The dragon returns Elodie holding the sword close to his eyes. She tells him that Queen is cheating on both of them, and he is not from Isabel's family. But the dragon doesn't believe him, and throw fire at him. Elodie jumps into the water, thrusting the sword into his mouth. In the middle of this, one of his arms and legs gets burnt. Elodie comes out of the water as Flora throws another sword at her. Meanwhile, the dragon attacks him and grabs him with his claws. And just about to kill him, Elodie stabs him in the eye with a knife, and attacks his claws and escape. Elodie runs towards the dragon with her sword, and taking advantage of his blindness in one eye, the sword stabs him in the chest. The dragon grabs her by the claws and Elodie plunges the sword into its claws and escapes once again, while she notices that the stone behind her is reflecting the dust. She provokes the dragon to throw fire. The dragon throws fire, Elodie backs away, and the fire hits the rock and falls back on him, and the dragon is badly injured. Elodie is about to kill him, but she can't. And while showing him the wound on his hand, she told him the whole truth, that in this way they are made royal. She cures the dragon of those glowing worms. In the next scene, we see Prince Henry getting married once again. Elodie arrives at their wedding and affectionately touches the bride's face and asks her to leave with her family, and asks everyone else to flee except the royal family. At the same time, the dragon comes there, and at his command, he starts a fire, and thus all the royal family is burnt to ashes. And that was the end of bad people. Elodie with her sister and mother loads all the gold of these people in a ship and goes to their home, while the dragon is also seen going with them. And this is the end of the movie. If you like my explanation, please Please do not hesitate to like and subscribe to the channel.